Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back. Welcome to Friday Mic On. With you today, my Sarah, as the host of this segment. But before we start, I would like to wish Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, Happy Eid Mubarak to everyone. After weeks of hiatus, I hope everyone stays safe and stay at home. So you can have your dinner while enjoying this session, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everyone, okay? So without further ado, I would like to welcome our special guest for today. So we have two guests. The first guest is Nurin Aina Shafika. So she's from Gabungan Pelajar Melayu Semenanjung, GPMS Utem. So she will be talking about the topic of meritocracy. Is it relevant or not? And then we have our second guest, Fernando Gabriel. He is from Persatuan Mahasiswa Mahasiswi Anak Sabah Sarawak, PIMAS, and he will be sharing his thoughts on how to keep peace despite our differences. So I bet all of you guys are excited to hear our chosen topics for discussion today. So we are truly honored to have both of them on our show. So let us welcome them. So hi guys, how are you guys? Say hi,
Halo,
Selamat Hari Raya.
ya gitu.
Are you guys okay? How's so far things are going okay?
So far, okay. Still
Yeah.
surviving.
Okay, wonderful. Alhamdulillah, tabarakallah. That's good to hear. So, Nurin, I bet everyone wants to know about you. So, tell us a little bit background about yourself.
Hi everyone. Okay, as mentioned by the host, my name is Nurin Aina Shafika binti Syahrom. So I am the representative from GPMS UTEM, Gabungan Pelajar Melayu Semenanjung UTEM. And now I'm from Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. So today the topic that I will cover is meritocracy, is it relevant or not? And I will make it in a simpler word because yeah, it's kind of a bit
It's a
controversial. Yeah.
yeah, it's a big topic. Thank you, wonderful. How about you, Fernando? Give us a short
Okay.
introduction about yourself.
So hello guys, I'm Fernando Gabriel, but you can just call me Ferb. Okay, so for tonight, I'll be representing Persatuan Mahasiswa Siswi Anak Sabah Sarawak, which is short for PIMAS. And I'm a third year student, currently studying mechatronic in Faculty of Electrical Engineering. I'm 20 something years old. Ooh. And I'm from Kuching, Sarawak. So that is all.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, without further ado, they are going to give a speech on the chosen topics meritocracy and ways to keep peace despite our glaring differences. For those who are interested to learn more about this issue, let us hear it from them. So, the screen is yours, Nurin. Kick it off, girl.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so first of all, have you ever heard about meritocracy? So when I was first heard about it, I was like, is it like democracy? Because democracy is very common for Malaysian, right? So, but it is not, even it is crazy at the behind of the words. Okay, so meritocracy is basically the government or the holding of power selected by people based on merit or knowledge. When easy word, you are selected based on your grades. Okay, for entering university, matriculation, and even scholarship. So this is because of our club is Gabungan Pelajar Melayu Semenanjung. So we are emphasizing about the education for Malay, but also for Bumi Putra like that. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you about the how the GPMS was created. So GPMS was created back in 1948 by Tun Dr. Mahathir's wife, Tun Dr. Siti Asma. Tun Dr. Mahathir also involved, but has not a big role in the making of GPMS. So back then, we all know like in history they have Dasar Pecah and Perintah by British. Though the Malay weren't really into education, this is all for Chinese or Indian, like
Mm.
or any other country. So this is how the Malay scholars were really worried about this. That's why they gather and they come out with an idea to GPMS. Okay,
Mm.
so we have Zabam, Harun, Amin Rashid, and all the scholars. Okay, so next, um, it was created at on 14 to 15 August 1948. Okay, so our main concern is to instill or to inculcate the significance of education among Malay, especially Malay at that time,
Mm.
because is yeah, you know, the one that have a setback in education. Okay, so okay, meritocracy is actually one of our main concern or issues if we are discuss. Okay, HMS actually have three levels. We have in uni levels, district level, state level, and national level. Okay, four levels. Yeah, okay. So like we in university, we are directly under national level, HMS kebangsaan, but still we can make activities lah with JPMS Melaka because they are more closer with us, right? For example, for JPMS Utem.
Mm.
So, okay, so when we talk about meritocracy, there are two issues, which is the scholarships and like the admission to meritocration for especially for SPM level. Okay, so I will touch first about the scholarships. Okay, scholarship, there are many scholarships. Like we know, we have a private scholarship, but for meritocracy, it is for government scholarships. For example, JPA.
Mm.
Okay, so JPA, when JPA was created by government, it is actually 90% for Bumi Putra and
Mm.
10% for non-Bumi Putra at that time. So, but by times, for example, like in 2008, at that time, the president of GPMS was Datuk Seri Rizal American, Nine American. He was president back then. Okay, okay. He 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 object the government's decision to make
Mm.
the visa becomes 45 and 55. Just it is
Mm.
quite quite uh, quite 45 and 55, right?
Yeah, quite
Okay,
balanced. Yeah.
why? Okay, why? This is because the composition of the Bumi Putra and non-Bumi Putra itself. Bumi Putra in Malaysia, we have like 65%. Since
Mm.
Bumi Putra is only 35%. Okay, first, and then about the salary per capita for non-Bumi Putra and Bumi Putra. If meritocracy, remember, it is chosen based on the knowledge, the merit. So you can
Mm.
imagine the poor family and the rich family. Of course, the
Mm.
education that they gave to their children will not seem
Mm.
like, for example, the one that live in rural area, can they give their children better education like having homeschooling or
Mm.
tuition, additional classes? But no, but the rich family, they can provide that to their
Mm.
children. That's why we really worry about meritocracy when it will be applied. But
Mm.
then, actually, meritocracy is slowly being applied. Yeah,
Mm.
like in our Malaysia. But then it's okay. Actually, if the meritocracy has been 100% applied in Malaysia, we also can. But then we have to instill the significance of no studying, the
Mm.
key to get the aims for Bumi Putra, because we know Bumi Putra and non Bumi Putra actually more based on the facts that the family salary weren't that high. There's quite a high difference. So you actually we want to instill so that they want to study hard. So the meritocracy will be applied to Malaysia, it will be no problem. It's like Gabungan Pelajar Melayu is actually for education. We want to them to study hard, get a good job, be a professional. Okay, also professionals. For example, okay, I will specific one is Malay. For example, professionals Malay among Malays, I think there are many at any other race. Accountant, doctors, especially those doctors more, but specialist doctors. Okay, that's why a meritocracy is for me personally it is not really relevant, but it also can, but we must try. We must try to yeah. Okay. The second one is about the SPM leavers when they leave the school and they want to pursue their studies. And then, okay, this one is related to, I will take about matriculation. Okay, sorry. Matriculations. Okay, now we know that matriculations, uh, okay, it is to be said use as a in a by using meritocracy system, but no, actually there is still a quota like us IPT, UITM, RSM. They also have quota actually, but but you have to remember Bumiputra and non-Bumiputra. Bumiputra is actually also included in Sabah and Sarawak, not only in Semenanjung. Yeah. So we don't want this meritocracy to be the biggest challenges when it comes to students, especially students from rural area.
Exactly.
I think this is my okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Nurin. That is such a splendid speeches. Like, wow, who would have thought such a topic would be a controversy among us, right? Then we have Fernando. Yes, the screen is yours.
All right. So before I start with my topic, I'm gonna explain a bit of background about our club, PIMAS. Okay, so PIMAS it is PIMAS Utem or Persatuan Mahasiswa Siswi Anak Sabah Sarawak. It was established in December 2002, and as it acts as a medium for students from Sabah and Sarawak to gather together and to help our students in terms of academics, welfare, and social for those in need. And it is also a channel for Sabah and Sarakian students to strengthen their bonds with one another as a one big family of Borneo at Utem. And plus, PIMAS is also a medium to introduce our traditions and cultures of Sabah and Sarawak to the eyes of the world. Okay, so let me start my topic. Okay, so you all have heard of Mahatma Gandhi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mahatma Gandhi, he once quoted, "Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization." Yeah, what is unity and what is diversity? To cut things short, let us simply say it is about keeping peace despite our differences in races and cultures. Okay, so unity through diversity has always been the main drive and the motto of our club because we work together with affinity and medley of one another into accomplishing our common goals. And for that reason, we need to instill avec, which is AVEC. It's a word in French, means with, or in BM, dengan. Uh, we need to instill avec into our mindset and lifestyle. So the first letter in avec, A, is the first point today, acknowledging. So we need to acknowledge difference. Acknowledging differences is the first step to promote diversity. Okay, a short story of me. I'm a Bidayu,
Mm.
being one of the 26 distinct ethnics in Sarawak. And growing up with friends coming from different backgrounds and races has really opened my eyes much wider. As I mean, we're not alone in this place, right? We have a lot of people coming from diverse cultures, and we all unceasingly learn the varieties of each other's cultures and traditions that existed in this place. And hence, by acknowledging difference, we can instill a sense of uniqueness in our circle. And second point is the second letter in AVEC, which is V. It is to value uniqueness. And how we should value the uniqueness is through respect, humility, and tolerance of one another. If you believe me or not, almost every family in Sabah and Sarawak have relatives which are from other ethnics, and not just ethnics, but also from other religions as well. Okay,
Mm.
let's take for example, we're going to take ethnic of Melanau from Muka, Sarawak. Okay, in Melanau, it is actually common to find households with siblings who are Muslims and Christians. And
Mm.
despite the differences in religion, still we live in harmony with one another. As the saying goes, blood is thicker than water. So
Mm.
therefore, by valuing uniqueness, there exists diverseness in us all. Okay, it comes to the third point, which is the third letter of AVEC, E. Encourage diverseness. How? We can encourage diverseness by creating an open conversation to have deeper understanding and comprehension of one another's differences and uniqueness. Okay, in Sabah and Sarawak and in the Semenanjung as well. And despite having different languages, it still doesn't stop us, right, from conversing with one another using English or Malay. And it is to actually avoid confusion occur. And we all know if confusion occurs, it will eventually lead to misunderstanding. And we do not want any conflict to happen. So by encouraging diverseness, hence we will promote collectiveness in the whole community. Okay, comes to the last point of AVEC, which is C, collab in
Mm.
collectiveness. So what does it mean here? Collab in collectiveness means to work together and achieve targets and goals as one big group. So I still remember back in April 2019, okay, our club used to organize this one program known as Malam Pentas Seni Budaya, short for MPSB. Okay, we held two events that night, two competitions that night. First one is pertandingan tarian etnik kreatif, which is a dance competition, and second one is pertandingan band, music band competition, with both a theme of mixing both cultures from Sabah and Sarawak,
Mm.
and all the organizing crew members, yeah, are all the members of PIMAS. We work together regardless of race and religion, striving hard to accomplish that program. It was I would say, hectic,
Mm.
but it was a memorable experience indeed.
Mm.
So, therefore, by collaborating in collectiveness, working together and achieving targets as one big group, we have achieved unity through diversity. Yeah, so, as I'm about to reach the end of my topic for today, allow me to present a quote by George Bush, which says, in crucial things, unity. In important things, diversity. And in all things, generosity. So, in a nutshell, let us not forget the AVEC. It's AVEC. A stands for acknowledging differences. V stands for valuing uniqueness. And E stands for encouraging diverseness. And lastly, C stands for collaborating in collectiveness. That is all for me. Thank you.
Oh my God, both of you did a great job on both of your speeches. I was amazed. But before we end the session, I bet as much as I'm excited, I bet our viewers are also excited. So let us go through some of the questions from our viewer. Okay, so we have a question from Hazros. Nurin, about scholarship, can we do a scholarship in Utem? Like, is it possible to get a scholarship in Utem, I guess, regarding the meritocracy?
Okay. In my knowing, sorry, in my knowing, UTEM is UTEM when they are also spreading about the
Scholarship?
yeah, like what
Hmm.
Abdul Rahman, Sony.
Mm.
If you like always go to HED,
Yeah.
see the advertisements. But meritocracy, if it is about from the private sector, I can't say much about that. Maybe there will be meritocracy because yeah,
Mm.
working with them. But
Mhm.
like I believe they are following the quota. They're still following it. So yeah, I think. But you time yeah
Yeah,
they have.
Utem do provide scholarship, right? Yeah. Thank you
But
so much, Nurin. How about Gabrielle? There's one question. What is the best experience in PMAS in UTEM before the MCO?
Hmm, that's a hard one because almost all experiences are the best one I had. So, but let me. Okay, one of them is uh, back before MCO. It was at March 2020. Yeah, it was really before MCO started. So we uh, we we took uh, our traditional dancing group, which is called Warisan Anak Seni Borneo, or WASB for short,
Mm.
and we joined a competition in USM Penang. Uh, the competition is Malam Citra Bayu MCB 2020. So that one, it was one of the best experience I had, because it was for the first time me and the team we were able to bring our dancing group to join a competition, dancing competition, mm. and to going to Penang as well. So
Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
that's amazing. I bet that's memorable and fun. It does sound fun. Um, and
It is.
then someone said, I hope PMAS and UTV can do more collabs. Is it possible? Maybe along with Nurin's Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is all the questions from our viewers. So thank you so much to both of you guys for this amazing session. There was such a splendid speeches to hear. So and thank you to our viewers for tuning with us today. Thank you so much for making time to be here. And for next week's episode, since it's gonna be the fifth episode of MCO Friday Mic On, our producer decided to make it special by inviting not one, not two, but three guests from the UTEM Sports Club. And if you want to know more who our speakers will be for the next episode, I hope you guys please join us on the same day, same time, same platform on Friday, mic on. Capture greatness. Thank you guys for joining
Bye,
us.
guys.
You have so
Thank
much
you for
fun.
having us. Have a good night.